We're live.
Whoa, hello, we are live.
Say
Let's hear it all.
aloha and mele kaliki maka.
Yes.
Everybody,
So where are we?
We are at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, in case you didn't know. I think you do, though. Anyway, where we celebrate this amazing thing called the science of mind and spirit that changes lives. That's what we do here at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. We change lives.
Yes.
We meet here to empower people to be their best and most beautiful selves. So welcome, everyone, and let's...
And on that note, we don't teach you what to think. We teach you how to think. That's what we do here at CSL Kauai. And who's here for the very first time? Just pretend you are. Oh, you! There we go. For the very first time, I just love it.
He hasn't been here in a while.
Oh, yes, it has been. So, guess what? We know something about you, Steve. We know a lot about you, Steve. And what do we know about Steve and anybody online that's brand spanking new? What do we know?
You are magnificent.
Oh my gosh. And how do we know that? How do we know that, you might be asking? Because we know it about ourselves first. And then you become a mirror, magnificent to magnificent, God to God. And there's some people online. My psychic ability is now letting me know that there's some new people peering in, so let's let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Put your hand on your heart if you dare, and let's say it all together. I am magnificent. Oh, let's hear it again.
I am magnificent.
Now let's whisper it. I am magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look anymore. Tell somebody that they're magnificent. Rob's magnificent. I know that. I know that.
Today. All right.
Magnificent. I know that Glenn is magnificent. I know Michael's magnificent.
God.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
I know is that there is a magnificence within each and every one of us that is spiking right here and right now at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. And that wonderful, amazing magnificence is perfect in every single solitary way. And I call it up right here and right now within myself and know that it is just permeating through this room, through each and every one of us. So I give thanks for this time together, for this amazing thing called life that moves through us, and I just allow it to be so, and this day to be perfect as we affirm together. And so it is.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Jeremy and Amy Brown. Thank you.
Wow, I'm not used to having this much room. It's like a dance floor all of a sudden.
It is.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe for
Yes.
later, honey. All right. We want to invite up Laura Stewart, our visiting practitioner,
Yes.
who is here, soon to be minister. Yay.
Yes.
And she's going to lead us in our we're going to actually light the candle, and you get to just lead the meditation, all right? So it's all yours now. Oh, your mic. It's right here. Sorry about that.
Magic Mike.
It's right by the practitioner's chair.
But I've got a Greg.
Oh, she's good. She's here all week, by the way.
Good morning. So if you feel comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and place your hands over your heart. As we quiet our minds and open our hearts, letting go of the world around us, we relax into the awareness that all is God, all is peace, right here and right now. In this perfect present moment, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is moving in, through, and as each and every one of us. For it is life itself. It is the all in all, and it is all that there is. It expresses itself in, through, and as all of creation, as its creation. God is all there is. And knowing this, I know that we are inseparably one with this infinite all. It is who and what we are. It is our essence. It is good. It is health. It is wholeness. It is abundance. It is expressing itself gloriously, magnificently, enthusiastically as each and every one of us. I recognize that right here and right now, all is peace. It is the truth of our nature. It is who and what we are. It can be no other way, for it is the truth of God in all of God's glory and magnificence. I know that peace is right now, that we don't have to wait for our to-do list to be done. We don't need to wait for our challenges to be overcome, for everything to be scratched off of our list. Peace exists before that, through those situations, and at the end. For peace is that common thread that runs through everything, tying all of life together. There's never a time where peace does not exist. And as we open ourselves up to this conscious awareness, that right here and right now, we are the place where peace exists, where it expresses in the world. Peace becomes the way that we are and the way that our lives and our world start to express. For it is all happening within our consciousness. And as we grow in that awareness, as we embody it, as we express it, it becomes it more and more and more until there's absolutely nothing but peace. I know this to be true. this to be true for each and every person in this room. For I know the perfection of my life, my divine perfection, and the perfection of everyone here. For this and so much more, I give great thanks. There's nothing else to say, so I simply release this into the spirit of love and the action of law, knowing it is done. It is all there is. And I invite you to help me anchor this by declaring, and so it is.
Silent Night if you so feel it. Singing, everybody.
It's so festive out there. We have lots of elves in the congregation today. You guys look great.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, so this is our time of sharing with our practitioner of the day. And
I that as the affirmation.
Not yet.
All right.
Now,
But see, she's one step ahead of the
Don't
game.
let us forget it, though. we
This is
usually do.
called Stump the Almost Minister.
Okay, why don't you guess the question?
Okay. What are we discussing this month? Miracles. So it's just so they get to know you. What is a miracle that's kind of bubbling up and happening in your life, Reverend Laura?
Honestly, the realization that my life is a constant miracle. I used to think that miracles were things that only happened to holy people, to the prophets, to Moses. I thought that it had to be something that was extra magnificent and that only happened to certain people. And, you know, the burning bush, the parting of the seas, raising the dead.
Walking on water.
Walking on water. And lo and behold, what I found at one point in my life about 20 years ago is life is the burning bush. Everything is a miracle. And what's a miracle is that I'm aware of that. And that as my consciousness grows, and that I see God in everyone and everything, I'm in awe of life, and I see all of the miracles. It's amazing. And then all those really cool things happen too, like all the unexpected income. Walking to school one day and looking down and seeing a hummingbird on the ground when everybody's bustling around, and easily that poor little guy could have been crushed. I leaned over and picked him up, and he looked at me and kind of woke up a little bit and then flew off. I mean, what are the chances that I would just look down and see that?
Right.
And my other favorite is when I was with a group of people in a process of healing. We were laying out in the grass looking for 4-leaf clovers. And there was a woman there, and I kept finding them, and I could not look for them. I'd look down, and I would see these 4-leaf clovers everywhere. And there was kind of a party pooper of a girl there, and I know that she was having a hard time. And she made the comment that if you find one, you're going to find a ton because it's something genetic in the makeup of the 4-leaf clover. Yeah, whatever. You know, do not dampen my joy. And I kid you not, as Greg is my witness, I looked down and I found a 5-leaf clover.
There we go.
There's my miracle.
Okay, your last question
So-
for the day, unless you have one
No,
too.
no, it's
Don't
Let-
give somebody a microphone.
No,
You
I'm
don't
not gonna.
have
I'm
to.
not gonna. No, I'm not gonna dampen your spirits. But you know why you found a 5-week? No, I'm just kidding. So here's. But you have to do it in like a couple sentences. So if somebody comes up to you, because it happens as a minister, and they always want to know what you believe. So they're going to come up to you and they go, miracles, miracles. What does science of mind believe about miracles?
That's a good question.
That's why I asked it.
Knowing that God is all there is. I know that anything is possible when I believe. That my life is a direct reflection of what I believe it to be. And that as I believe in health, as I believe in wholeness, as I believe in peace, as I believe in the beauty of humanity, wisdom, clarity, joy, power, it expresses in my life. All we have to do is open our mind and our hearts to receive, and it is given unto us as we believe.
Yes.
Very nice. And did you know that Jesus actually put a bird, they tell me, in his hand, and it came alive too, just like you did. I'm not comparing you to Jesus. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you, Laura.
Give it up for
Laura. She'll be back.
Greg, Laura. And over there is that beautiful husband, Greg. So give it up for him too. But you probably want to do an affirmation. Rita likes to go past them each time. You know what? I think we should just drop the affirmation. Rita never wants to do it anyway.
No,
Go ahead.
that's not true. Don't blame me.
I never want to miss an opportunity
I just wanted to get the microphone
I'm
away
kidding.
from
to
her.
know
Holiday humor.
that The miracle I am looking for is me.
Yes.
Miracle I am looking for is me. The miracle I am looking for is me.
And before you take this away, I would like to give everyone the opportunity before you leave today to look in that mirror and state that affirmation wholeheartedly, knowing that you are a miracle.
Yay. Thank you, Laura. That was beautiful.
The miracle I'm looking for is
was
you.
there. I knew that mirror was there for something.
Just
Besides
check my
being
hair,
beautiful.
check everything.
All right,
out.
so while all this hustle and bustle is happening around us, oh, she needs a microphone too. I want to let you know that we have an amazing demonstration here. I just told her as we have founded CSL Kauai, Sharon West has founded the CSL Kauai Choir. So today is their first outing here, and it's very exciting to me and Patrick, and little adjusting that has to be done, but it's beautiful and it's perfect. Thank you, Sharon. Just give her a little.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to remain seated, but I just wanted to let you know, look at these beautiful beings before you. They are all each individual miracles, and together they truly are a miracle. We've been working just 3 weeks now, and there is someone up here who claimed, oh no, I can't sing. And she is a miracle right before your very eyes and ears. So I hope you will take this song. It's so perfect for this time of the year. Take the song into your hearts and see which one of these things that are mentioned, grandmother's prayers, grandfather's dreamings, breath of the ancestor, let all of those we ares sit with you and be in your hearts as we sing We Are, written by Sweet Honey and the Rock. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of the ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, sons of great vision, sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, builders of nations, seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of the ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, sons of great vision, sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, builders of nations, seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are
and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are one.
My.
Let me get my podium up.
Let me get you. Didn't they do wonderful? Let's give it up for these beautiful people again. Rita has said that many times. I just want a choir. I want a choir. And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
I have.
Beautiful. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
beautiful
thank
lady.
you so much.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
Yay.
And look at you all in white and everything. You look all professional.
So I guess you heard about the contest to name the choir, right? So
And there's a
ask
prize.
Angela about it. There's a prize and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're interested in singing with them, and not that we could have too many more up here, but for other occasions, but the more people you have, the better, because that way, if people can't show up, then they're there. So yeah, talk to Sharon. Don't talk to me, talk to Sharon. I love that. I love the idea of delegating, because I'm learning how to do that, and after 8 years, it hasn't been easy, but I'm learning. So when somebody comes up to me and tells me they want to do something, I go, "Are you willing to take that over?" Because I don't want to. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And it was so appropriate, because I want to talk about my Christmas miracle today. And when you were talking about the ancestors, and I'm going to be a little bit emotional, but that's okay. Whenever I'm in trouble, I treat, of course, and I do something else too. If it's really something that I really feel like I need some extra help with, I go to my ancestors and I ask them to help with a situation, whatever it is. And sometimes it has, with myself, in the past has had to do with health. Like if I would have a really, trying issue with health, I would call my dad and he'd come and I don't bother him very often, and he'd come and he'd help me. He was the doctor, and he'd open pathways for me so that I would do that. So in this particular case, I did. I called on all my aunts. I called on my grandmother, my mother, my mother's birthday is today, by the way. I called on my dad. I called on my Aunt Lucille and just all these people to help. And they did, and doors opened. And I want to recognize also the practitioners that joined with them and helped me through this family crisis that I was going through. And I can't go into too much detail about it, but I'll share as much as I can with you. But I just want to recognize them. I would just like them to stand, please, just because I'm going to tell you, you have practitioners in this center that are praying for you when you ask for it. And it doesn't maybe always turn out the way you think it should turn out, but it always turns out the right way. Even though you don't see the right way right in that moment, it always turns out the right way. And when I say the right way, for the highest outcome. And we can't always see that in the moment. And I think it's Steve Jobs that said you can only see how you got somewhere by looking backward. And that's true, because when you're moving forward, if you're really open to the field and to the unlimited potentiality, you don't really see until you get there and you look back, you say, oh, okay, that's how it happened, and then and you do. So in this case, we watched that film, A Boy Called Christmas. If you haven't seen it, if you weren't here Friday night or you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix, please watch it. And they said an impossibility is just a possibility you don't understand. An impossibility is just a possibility that you don't understand. And that makes so much sense to me, because I think somebody said something, I don't know who it was today, so many people have said so many beautiful things, that everything is possible. And sometimes in our lives we don't think it's possible. We just don't think it's possible, but it's just because we don't really understand what's happening, and it becomes impossible to us, but it's not impossible. And Ernest Holmes wrote something like this, that when truth gathers its own speed, it catapults us from where we are to where we need to go. And until that happens, we need to stay where we are. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's basically what it means. And so about 2 weeks ago, it was a very volatile situation in my family that had been going on for many years. And nobody was really paying much attention to it or doing anything about it because the people weren't ready. But about 2 weeks ago, he was ready. And he didn't know anything about this besides we were all treating for him. And he was sitting on a couch, and all of a sudden, he had all the courage to get up and walk out. And that was, for me, what was the truth finally coming. And with enough power to allow him to move out of where he needed to go and to move out. So it seems like a miracle, but in reality, I'm going to tell you what it is. It says that there is this thing called spiritual mind treatment, all right, that we do. And then all my ancestors coming. What's spiritual mind treatment? It's just knowing the truth. It's just knowing love. It's just knowing that, in that moment, love is there, peace is there, whatever needs to be there is there. That's the spiritual mind treatment, and knowing it. So we work that. We work it in our own minds, and we affect. We do this every Sunday when we come together, and we rejoice, and we sing, and we move energy. We just move energy. And it's felt everywhere. When this choir was up here singing, that's why, I don't know what you believe about the world of conditions, but I know that if we can stay grounded and not get carried away by everything that's going on, we can work miracles. We can work miracles. So when we're doing this thing called spiritual mind treatment, Ernest Holmes goes into this big description of what it is. But he says, to the average person, when a result is obtained by this method of work, it looks as though a miracle had happened. But such is not the case. It is only a miracle, as everything else in life is a miracle. Thank you, Laura. A definite conscious idea has been set in motion in the subconscious field, all right? In the field, whatever you want to call it, he calls it the subjective world, which accepts the idea at right where it is, as you believe, and tends to act upon it. So it's acting upon it. This energy that we're putting out is acting upon our belief. And in that moment that happened, it clicked in. We all clicked in somehow. That's why the practitioner treats and treats. We were treating for over 2 weeks for this. And when the practitioner treats, they keep treating and treating and treating till the demonstration is made. And then we have to trust that the demonstration is made, and we have to trust that everything that happens after it, because that moment that he got up and walked out, it wasn't easy to do that, and everything that happened after that, it looked like it wasn't going to work out. But we kept going, we kept treating, we treated for over 2 weeks, and finally, from that moment to now, everything is unfolding. It was a miracle. Everything changed, everything shifted. And I'm telling you, if anything happens in 2022, people are going to understand the power of spiritual mind treatment. And we're going to have so many people in this center and beyond having miracle after miracle after miracle in their life. And all it is, guys, is just knowing the truth beyond the world of conditions. It's understanding that spiritual thought force is greater than material resistance. And we're this, right? That's all we see is this, but we're so much more than this. And when we get that, all these things right now that are happening will dissipate, and we'll wonder. We'll look back and we'll go, how did it happen? And we'll go, oh, we were the ones. We held the truth for so long. We held the truth for so long that it couldn't survive, because there's this part where he says that, I hope I can find it, yeah. He makes statements, he's talking about the practitioner. Well, I'm just ad-libbing because I can't find it. It's like he says it has no law to support it anymore. It has to change because it has no law. So if you're treating for something that you are trying to release from your life, and you keep focusing on it, even in resistance to it, or acceptance to it, or resistance especially too, because when we resist, what do they say? What you resist persists, right? So if you keep focused on it, you're giving it law, because you're a law. You're giving it law because you're a law with your thoughts, your beliefs, your intentions, all of that is law. So when he says it has no law to support it anymore, it's because you've taken your attention instead of here, and you've put it over here and started affirming even though you can't see it. So that's the power to me. It has no law to support it. I got that this morning to where it was clear to me. So, oh my God. There's so much, and there's so many miracles that we can have in our life. And Buddha said, and this person that we were praying for is a Buddhist, he said, 3 things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun, the truth. Get that, because it can't hide. The truth always rises. And what is the truth? It's love. It's peace. Those are the truths. And it can't, but we hide it up, we hide it, but we can't hide it for long. Eventually, enough of us will rise up and we'll say, no, no more. The truth. 3 things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun, and the truth. Namaste. And thank you.
This is a song that Jeremy wrote. It's for our daughter Ella, who just turned 15. And she had a very challenging couple years. But she's finding her truth, and she's loving herself. So it's been so beautiful to see her transformation. And Jeremy was inspired when she was in the throes of it to write this song for her. So this is for everybody out there who's needing that love and that self-remembrance that we are divine beings.
There is no time, and there is no day that I won't be here, right by your side, to help you on your way. There is no time.
There is no time.
There is no day
There is no day
that we won't be here, right by your side, to help you on your way. 'Cause your heart surely knows will lead you through the maze, and every crystalline star will praise who you are, shining with you always. And there is a way,
There is
a way to let go,
a way to let go,
a way to be here, to face any fear, so your heart will unfold. 'Cause your heart surely knows will lead you through the maze, and every crystalline star will praise who you are, shining with you always. And I know you'll find your reason and right deep down inside, where waters still flow. You're a beautiful soul, and I know you'll find your reason and right deep down inside, where waters still flow. You're a powerful soul, 'cause your heart surely knows will lead you through the maze, and every crystalline star will praise who you are, shining with you always. 'Cause your heart surely knows will lead you through the maze, and every crystalline star will praise who you are, 'cause your heart surely knows will lead you through the maze, and every crystalline star will praise who you are, shining with you always. Ooh, crystalline star.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow. I like that, finding through the maze. Have you ever felt like you were in a maze? Yeah, every once in a while. Well, I'm glad that the miracle has come out of that maze. Yeah, it's beautiful. A couple weeks ago, our beautiful Sharon here sang us the grown-up Christmas wish list. And it kind of stuck with me, and I'm just going to read a few of the lyrics here, because it starts me out on my beautiful message to you today. It says, "Do you remember me? I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Well, I'm all grown up now and still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list. Not for myself, but for a world in need." And our beautiful world that we live in, and I'm talking the world, has some requirements. I'm not such a big fan of need, but it needs something. And I know in this room today that before we leave, we will have activated a miracle for our world. I know that, because I am that very life force spirit, and each and every one of you are as well. So I had this story I wanted to share with you. I love storytelling, because storytelling, like the Master Jesus, he was great with that, because he would tell in parables, because he didn't want to do lectures. So what he did was he just told stories because people understood them more. They could relate to them. And there's a story that I told a couple of years ago that I found in our History Channel, which once again, it's kind of like mechanics. I don't spend a lot of time at the History Channel, but it was very, very beautiful. And it was about World War I and 1914. There was an incredible miracle that took place, and they even call it the Christmas miracle, the Christmas truce. And it touched me differently this time. I kind of skirted it over a couple years ago, but it really, really resonated and really spoke to me and said, we have to hear this story again, and we have to not hear this story, we must act upon this story. So here we are in wartime, which World War I was, as I see, like 15 million people by the time it was all over, went away. You know, something very outrageous as far as the war itself by the time it was actually over. But on 1914, on Christmas Eve, something fabulous happened. These guys are all muddy in their trenches, and we've got the British over here and the Germans over there. You know, those people and those people. And they're in these trenches, and they called it no man's land. And it was sitting there. And it was night, and they were cold, and they were muddy, and they were wondering, what the hell am I even doing here? Don't get me started on the war thing. I'm not even a pure 60s child, but don't get me started. So they're sitting there, and they hear this sound coming from across the trenches, across the fence, and they hear, oh my God, is that Christmas carols? Someone's singing Christmas carols. The Germans were singing in their best English Christmas carols. And they said, could this be? And just think of the division. And there's a big metaphor here, my friends, about a division. Them over there and us over here. And they walk up, and the German soldiers said, come on over. Well, they're not trained for that. Oh, yeah, I'll just come on over. No, I don't think so. And he said, no, come on over. And he says, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will meet you halfway. Meet you halfway. And they walked. And they went halfway. And they shook hands. And then they started to party. Party, man. And if you've ever been around some Germans and some Brits, they know how to party, along with the Irish. Just to throw that in there too. But they started partying. Now imagine this. They've been out there blowing each other away, walking over bodies to get over to this uniting for a moment. They called an unofficial truce. They said, for tonight, we're going to forget what we've been doing. And they went over and they partied. They played soccer. They did all of these wonderful things. The Brits were cutting their hair. And can you imagine this? I'm going to get all excited now. Wait. Can you imagine? They're sitting there cutting their hair with scissors. Trusting. I'm cutting your hair with scissors that I could just as easily kill you because we are enemies. Why? Because somebody told us we were. I digress for just a moment. A gentleman came up to me the other day and he said, you know, it's interesting. I was born here, Hawaiian, local. He goes, I was actually taught to hate you. Can you imagine? He said, can you imagine? I said, I can't. So back to the wonderful party. Can you imagine, though, we're in the middle of a war, and here's the great news about this, is that you're sitting there partying with the people that you have just shot, and they actually went over and helped them with their people to put them over in there to bury them at a later time. They were doing the same people that were killing, putting it down. This is good news. This isn't morbid. This isn't something horrible. It's good news. For 24 hours, they forgot everything else and decided to love. to love one another, to party. They had wine and everything. I mean, they were partying. And they were dancing. Can you imagine these guys were out there dancing? Whew. But here's the other 411 on this. While they were doing all of this, there were reports later on that some of the same things were happening on the French borders, on other borders, because we're so powerful that when we ignite it, we say we're not enough, but when we start one little ripple, it is just that ripple that can start anything. So when you think you're by yourself and we can't do anything until they do something, or we can't do it till everybody comes together, that isn't true. Whatever we put out, that's why science of mind, spiritual mind treatment is so powerful, because we speak the word and activate the energy and it goes out. And if we stay long enough to get out of its way, wow. But my question is, if you can do it for 24 hours, why would you go back? As a matter of fact, I remember when they were saying, when they were leaving, they walked up to each other when they were going to go back. They were going to go back to war, and he said, "This has been wonderful." Shook hands again and said, "Now let's go serve our country." And they went back. Interesting little side note I didn't bring up because I didn't get this excited about this story the last time I told it. So it says such a thing should not happen. These were people that were against it. Things like this shouldn't happen in wartime with their best German accent. Have you no German sense of honor left? And that 25-year-old soldier that was so much against that, you might know his name, Adolf Hitler, 25 years old. On that same night, in that same miracle, a young man at 25 years old was saying, "Where is your allegiance?" But here is where we're going with this. There's a ceasefire, right? So I'm asking us all right now, because we're all having a war at some time or another in our own minds, do we not? And so I declare today that we have a ceasefire on it. And I mean it. This isn't like, oh, I'm going to tell you a little woo-woo, and then you're going to all go, wasn't that fabulous? And then you're going to go out. No, we're going to have a 24-hour truce. And this is how it's going to work. Ooh, I'm all directorial. I excited myself just then. Here's how it works. For 24 hours, and if you want to go longer, please do, we're going to stop firing horrible things in our heads about life, about others, about whatever. And if there's a conflict you're having in your life right now with anyone, you're going to cease fire. And you're going to reach down into the very depths of the trenches that we have built ourselves. And we're going to love. We're going to love, and not love all the people that are just fun and get invited to the parties. We're talking about the other ones. We have such a war. There are people right now not going to each other's houses for the holidays because of their difference of opinions. Politics has to be put aside. I can't go there. I can't. They have a mask. They don't have a mask. Vaxxed, not vaxxed. It's all a bunch of nonsense. And I'm not afraid to say it. But here it is. Nobody gets to be sitting on the holier than now side of this supposed war. Nobody. This is an opportunity like we have never had in our lifetime, ever. We have an opportunity to create a vibration, a frequency, a vibration that can change the world. That's how powerful. But I'm not going to get it by me having to be right and you have to be wrong. I can't do it. It's not working. First of all, war has never worked. Why? Because our basic nature is I am love. And I don't want to blow you away. It doesn't make sense. So we have to watch our mouths. We have to watch our language, and no matter what language you speak, but we have to all start speaking the language of love. And it has to start in this island, it has to start in your homes, it has to start everywhere that we are. It has to start with our children. It has to start, the most important is to cease fire on yourself. Oh God. The story that she was talking about, this beautiful man ceasing, constantly firing on himself. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Have you ever been there? No. This beautiful, beautiful life I'm looking at, Zena, that you're rocking right now. That's who we all are. We have little children that are screaming out, please make it safe. I'm scared. That's all this is. All this nonsense, all this throwing stuff at people. It's because you're scared little boys and girls. And they need a parent. They need a strong parent to come forth and say, I got you. We're going forward now. We're going to go over across there. And here's the other thing. Don't wait to meet somebody halfway. You go first. You go first. You go first. You go first. This is like wild, man. This is wild that we came together on the 19th of December, on your mama's birthday. And we have ancestors, we have a power that's working with us, saying, I got you. I got you no matter what's going on in your life. So I have an invitation for you, and the invitation besides cease firing, I have an invitation. Proctor says it really well. And this is how you're going to get this miracle activated. You're going to decide, and you're going to agree and commit that I'm stopping the ceasefire, and I don't care if everybody else. And guess what? If they don't, and I get a few bullets, it's okay. Life's eternal. Life's eternal. But he says this, choose what it is that you want. How do you want to live? And then you say no to everything that is not that. You say no to it. The moment the self-righteousness comes up, and you say, but how do I do my cause? You do your cause, first of all, you do your cause with love, and you'll see a whole change. Because I know this. You start pointing your finger at me, I'm out of here. You know, this vegan, meat eaters, whatever, the whole thing. We got all these little clubs. And the moment you tell me, you beautiful vegans, the minute you tell me how bad I am about my meat, I go to the burger and I go and I eat it immediately. That's the human nature. That's not saying, what we say to somebody is, I'm going to tell you about me. So let's go back, and then I'm closing up this shindig that we all started today. This day, this moment will never happen again. We have an opportunity to take ourselves out of the maze. This maze we're wandering in. Our little kitty cat was abused for many years, and every time she goes to eat, she's looking around. She's in the safest place she can be. She lives in a palace. But she's always doing this because it's programming. Let's undo the programming. Let's undo it today. And for 24 hours, let's just bathe in a ceasefire. Bathe in the truths of life. Bathe in love. Namaste, my dear friends.
Wow. Shift is happening.
What do other people do on Sunday mornings? Care of it all. That's the music to our ears. I'll take care of it all. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
All right, I think we're good.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? All right.
So Are we in agreement? Ceasefire, 24 hours, and if you like it, right? Okay.
All
I'll
right.
find you. I'll talk to Santa. He knows exactly where all of you are.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Jeremy and Amy. You're the thank yous today, Mr.
I'm the
Feren.
thank yous.
Mele kaliki maka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you on the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele kaliki maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you.
I bet I'm on. Merry Christmas to you. Let's start with some thank yous. I'm looking back with a lot of people wearing white. It was really weird. It's kind of, they're all the same. But let's thank this beautiful, beautiful, no-name choir at the moment. But they have a name with us. Fantastic, magnificent. And Sharon West, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you wondered who greeted you with a smile on your face today, that Malama team is the beautiful Anna Myers, who's really decked out today. And our beautiful Marion Head, thank you so much. And we have our wonderful visiting practitioner member of this, and that's Laura Stewart. Thank you for all of what you gave for us. And we have Ron Stover, who's up there setting up and giving, the cookies he took away. But it's okay. Ron Stover and Rob back there making sure that we are seen and making sure that we are heard is Jonathan Lee. And Angela who's just doing everything. She's just a butterfly. She's a mingler is what she is. And she is there. And Jeremy and Amy, what can I say? We love you and Merry Christmas. And Kiana, take a good look at yourself. Take a good look at yourself. And we have Charles back there checking some things out too. And we have Peggy Jerry in the bookstore. Oh, and there's jewelry, and Roseanne's back there too. Jewelry, $5. $5. It's called Get Rid of It Before the End of the Year, before Patrick makes it go away. Because he doesn't want anything in. Buy all the books before the new year. And then what else? Oh, and this beautiful, beautiful lady right here that we absolutely love. And everyone online, beautiful, beautiful you. And everyone in this room, thank you. We are the energy. We are the ceasefiring, and we're going to fire up love. Is that what we're doing? I thank you in advance. And so it is.
All right, let's sing along, everybody. Here we go.
Mele kaliki maka is the
Thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. What do you have to say? That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Keep on singing, everybody. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele kaliki maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, a Merry, Merry Christmas, to say Merry Christmas to you.
Aloha, everyone.